Yo, welcome to the channel. Today we have an SHF Mandalorian, and let's get started. I picked this one up a while back, and I haven't really messed with it much, not as much as I probably should have, but I think he still is a really good looking figure. This is the Season 2 variant because this is a different Grogu and he comes with different accessories. I do kind of wish I picked up a Season 3 variant, or at least one that came with the flamethrower effect, or maybe even the Darksaber. But that's neither here nor there. We'll take a look at the sculpt of Mandalorian first. As you can see, the chrome dome shininess is definitely there. All the Beskar pieces have this shine to them, and I really do think it complements the figure a lot. He even has the signet there. I forgot what creature that's called, but I'm sure you will all correct me. But yeah, the armor looks good. The sculpt is really good. I do like the proportions. The helmet is not too big or small, it's the perfect size. The only issue I do notice is I feel like the feet are a little long. He has clown shoes almost that you don't really notice here, but once you start posing it, well, then you start really noticing how long they seem. Other mini features on the sculpt are the gauntlets. You can see the whistling birds, and then this would be where the flamethrower is, but it does not come with an effect. The bandolier, the gear, all looks good. Taking a look at Grogu, I really do like this little, I guess he's technically an accessory, but he does move. His articulation obviously is not going to be that great, but I think he looks good. The shade of green is a little light, but that might just be the camera. So yeah, this figure, I think, looks great. My cape is a bit frayed, as you can see, but I kind of like it because it kind of adds a battle damage look to it. The cape is fully cloth, no wires, though. It does drape good. And if you manage to kind of get it folded, well, it does look pretty nice, but it's not going to hold. Speaking of the figure, let's get on to the articulation. So the head is on a separate head and neck joint, meaning he can look up sort of far. You do kind of have to push the neck a bit. You can hear it kind of clicking, but you push the neck. He looks down. He can look side to side, and he does have some tilt. Now the arms are interesting because it almost has a drop down feature, but for arms. So they normally move up that high, which is pretty high. The shoulder plate is on its own little articulated peg, so it's not going to damage. It's not going to be damaged. And then he has butterfly joints inside that move back and forth. And this is what I was talking about with the drop down arms. So you can drop them down and get the same amount of movement. So I think drop down legs, drop down arms, excuse me, is just meant to kind of give you a more fluid motion when moving it. He actually doesn't. I thought he did. No, oh no, he does. Okay, so he does appear to have bicep swivel. It's just extremely stuck on mine, so I don't really want to push it. He has double joints that bend in pretty far, as you can see, and he has your usual 1/12 wrist peg. Now his torso is a little limited. Oh, here's one of my issues I have with mine. You can see I have some sticky tack just kind of holding in the gauntlet, or not the gauntlet, the pauldron. Because on mine, I think a peg is broken. Let me just clean this up real quick. I don't like having this stuff all over my desk. But you can see right there, there's kind of a pauldron. No, not the pauldron. The ball peg is broken. The peg hole, that's what I meant to say. The peg hole is broken. I don't really know why. I think it came like that because his shoulder pad has been loose ever since I got him. We'll leave it off just so I can do articulation without having to plug it back in every 5 minutes. Like I was saying about his torso, it is a little limited because of the bandolier, but you can still get him to crunch forward just a slight. He can move backwards pretty far, and he does have some tilt. He can also move side to side, but again, it's limited because of the bandolier and the tight joint that's in the middle. So his legs, it is the classic SHF diaper piece. It's less noticeable on this one, but it's still there. His legs do move forward, and I don't believe they do have drop down. Did I just remove it? Okay, no. Okay, never mind. I saw that and I thought I removed it, but his legs do have a drop down feature that just kind of pushes them out a bit. So I really don't know how effective that drop down is. Dive swivel, double joints to the knees and bend in just past 90. No boot swivel. He has ankle pivot or ankle swivel. Barely any ankle pivot, but you can kind of push it a bit to get some, but you're not really going to notice it. And then he has toe joints, so you can do the classic lean. What do I say? The Michael Jackson lean. So there is the figure. Let me get some blue tack to apply the shoulder plate back on. Grogu real quick, again, he has like 3 points of movement. You can move his head back and forth. There's some swivel, there's some tilt. This is attached to the base of his head, but you can still remove this little like neck collar piece. His arms just move forward and they move back. I think his feet swivel, but it's kind of hard to get to there. Yeah, I do like this version better than the original Grogu that was just a like giant mess under the cloth. But I don't know, I feel like it would have been nice to get that on soft goods as well. So let me apply blue tack to the shoulder and we'll go over accessories. Going over the accessories now, he does come with another head sculpt, and that is the Pedro Pascal Unmasked head sculpt. Me personally, I see the likeness. It's mostly just in the facial hair and the expression, but I really do think this is a soft sculpt. Me personally, I wouldn't display him with this, but I'm glad that they include it. In terms of weapons, he comes with his rifle. I forgot what this is called, but this is just the plasma rifle. As you can see, nice sculpt. I'm pretty sure this is reused from the original Mandalorian, but I mean, it's the same rifle, so that makes sense why. It does break apart, so you can attach it to the holster he comes with, but I really do think this is unnecessary because the holster, you can just kind of force it on. You're not supposed to do that, but you can. And another thing is this little piece comes out to reveal a peg hole to attach. Here, reveals a peg hole to attach to this little flimsy piece right here. Now, I wish I could, but I'm not going to do this all on camera because that would be a nightmare of me probably cursing out an inanimate figure because that would happen a lot. So you will see the entire holstered figure in pictures. But yeah, here's the rifle. You also get the Beskar spear, which I think is pretty nice. It does bend easily, so be careful when you're putting it in the hand. I recommend using a screwdriver to kind of open up the peg hole a bit. But yeah, this is the Beskar spear. I think it just bent for me doing that. Like, you do kind of have to bend it back in place, but it's pretty soft plastic. You should be able to do that. And it finally comes with this little sidearm pistol. Pretty simple paint apps on this, just a brown grip and gunmetal gray. He does come with some little accessories. So this is to attach the spear to his back. This is to attach the rifle to his back. And then this is a replacement plug in case you don't want that hanging strap right here. You just remove that and you plug this in. I'm going to leave that plugged in because I think once you remove that plug, it's harder to put it on, and there's also a chance it won't peg in as well as it used to. So I'll just leave it as is. He also does come with his jetpack. Pretty sick. He also comes with these blast effects, and to put them on, you simply just remove it and then key the slots in. Okay, so these slots are interesting. They're keyed in a specific way, so you have to make sure you get the right one. One of the pegs is shorter than the other, one of the pegs is longer than the other. So you just peg them both in, and you get a blasting jetpack. Pretty nice. I really do like it. It does just fit on the back of the figure, and it should fit with most of the things on. The only thing it's not going to fit in, here. Oops. See, you guys see what I mean by the keys? Okay, so here's what I was trying to say. So the jetpack does fit on the back, but the same peg hole they use to attach it to the back is also the same peg hole that belongs to the rifle holster. So you can't have the rifle on while having the jetpack on. It's either rifle or jetpack, but the spear will always be able to be attached to his back. He comes with an effect piece, another one. This is the whistling birds effect. It just comes off of here. I recommend pulling it off on the back, right there. Attaching it, and then there you get the whistling birds effect. Pretty nice, pretty convincing. I do like the look of it. Let me attach this. Standing back up. Oh, the cape actually managed to hold a pose. That was not on purpose. He comes with a satchel for Grogu, and the way you use this is you just pop off Grogu's head. Like that. Okay, so I recommend doing this in 2 parts. You attach his little collar, and then, oops, you grab his head, and then you just peg it on. The peg hole is a bit tight, so I recommend heating it up or just forcing it on like that. Convincing look, I really do like it. The satchel is all sculpted here. It is softer plastic though, so you kind of can force it over some joints and accessories. That's going to be impossible to get out. I'll have to take that out later. But you can kind of force it over everything. I haven't tried fully gearing him up. I haven't tried putting all the weapons on him and then the satchel. I'm pretty sure this can fit on with the jetpack, but it's just, you know, there's so many things going over him that at that point you might just end up with a figure that just falls apart pretty easily. Speaking of falling apart, he comes with an empty holster, because this holster is a nightmare to deal with, I will be honest with you. So the way you're supposed to switch these out is you carefully take that off, and then you remove this piece. Where's the holster? There it is. And you attach the strap to the empty holster. Why they couldn't sculpt this piece in, God knows why. So you get this kind of look. I do like the empty holster look, but I feel like there's probably a better way to figure out the strap option. I actually almost lost it when the night I first bought this figure. Ooh, I almost fell over. The night I first bought this figure, I didn't know the strap was removable, and it fell. And next thing you know, I'm just digging around on my carpet looking for 20 straight minutes, just looking for it. But yeah, so there's that. He also comes with an assortment of hands. He comes with these action hands. You can see the nice hot dog fingertips. The blue logo right there. These are painted nicely. These are action hands. He comes with these more relaxed, kind of maybe holding something hands. He comes with 2 item grabbing hands. These both work for the spear, but like I said, I recommend opening the peg holes. You kind of see what I did there. I just grabbed the screwdriver and just wiggled it in there. I'll probably have to do that for this one as well. Now he comes with these 3 kind of miscellaneous hands. He has 2 trigger fingers for the right side. One is to hold the rifle, one is to hold the pistol. I don't know why they only included right fingers. It would have been nice to include a left trigger finger so you can, you know, dual wield the rifle and the pistol like that one scene, but it is what it is. He also comes with a left item grabbing holding hand, which I'm guessing is for these little grenades that come out on the side. That's out of focus. It's these little grenades that come out at the side. I haven't tried pegging them out yet, and I probably won't. They're really tiny pieces that can get lost super easily. So we'll size them up next to some other figures that I have. Here he is compared to a Black Series other Mandalorian. Here, let me get him out of his pose. Just had him posed up, but here he is compared to a Black Series cartoon color scheme. I don't know what you'd call this. The size difference actually isn't that noticeable. I thought it would be, but it's not too bad. It honestly could have been worse. Here he is compared to an SHF Spider-Man that I have. And this is where you see the size pretty much match up. SHF is notorious for being pretty much the smallest import brand, but it still is cool. Here he is compared to a Mezco Spider-Man. Here he is compared to a Marvel Legends Iron Man. You know, armored bros gotta stick together. And that's pretty much all these sizes that I have. I really don't have that many more figures that could match him. I have some Black Series clones, but I don't know where they went, unfortunately. I'm assuming they would size up pretty much the same as this color scheme Mandalorian right here. They would probably size up the same as him. So just, there's that for reference. Now, my final thoughts on this figure. I really do think he is a good looking figure. I do like having him in my display. I just remembered another size comparison. Give me a sec. Here he is to a Boba Fett. I forgot the brand of this one, but I do know it's one of the ones where you have to assemble it yourself. And you can see Boba is taller. So we'll leave him there while I talk about my final thoughts. Like I was saying, he is a good looking figure. It's just there's tiny issues that make me kind of not regret per se, but it's just there's tiny issues that make me kind of go like, yeah, I don't know, like the popping off, the pauldron popping off, the loose piece on the holster, just the tiny pieces that always seem to fly off him. And then the accessories are nice, but it's just the rifle system really could have been worked better. The holster system is probably the one that annoys me the most because you have to take off the little strap. You have to take the entire thing off. I think mine is already, you can see a white piece of plastic right there. It's already chipping. And I probably removed the holster like a total of 4 times. And it just isn't my favorite. I really would have preferred the MAFEX one to this, but I got the SHF one because I assumed they're probably the same thing. It's the same brand. It's obviously not the same brand, but it's the same type of figure. And in the end, I really do think the MAFEX one probably is better. This one still is a great looking figure. I still do recommend it, but you're just gonna have to be patient with all the small pieces on him. Now was he a bad purchase? Absolutely not. I still love this figure. I still will display him. And I still will keep him on my shelf for God knows how long. Hopefully long. But yeah, that was a review. I've been a little inactive, but thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. Stay safe out there. God bless. Goodbye.